Let's get started. The cars speed down the hill. It makes your stomach feel a little woozy, as though it's floating around inside you. You let out a loud scream. Ah! The roller coaster cars hurtle along the track. They have enough momentum to move around it by themselves. No engines do the work. The cars fly around the curves and even go upside down on loops. This is energy at work. The cars gather potential or stored energy as they are lifted to the top of the first hill. When the cars travel down the hill, that stored energy changes to kinetic energy, the energy of movement. I'm going to go back and I'm going to reflect on this. I noticed that there are two words that are bolded, the word hurdle and the word momentum. Maybe those would be good to add to my graffiti art. Let's continue reading the next section and see what else we can add. What is energy? Ooh, there's a lot of graphics on this page, and that is going to pull my interest in. The first thing I notice is that the first sentence is written in blue. This must make the sentence pretty special. Let's read it together to see what it says. Energy is the ability to do work, such as moving around a roller coaster track. As I reflect on that, I see that it is giving me the definition of energy, ability to do work. And then it gives me an example, moving around a roller coaster track. So what I can ascertain is that energy is required to move around a roller coaster track. There are many types of energy. Electrical, potential, and kinetic energy are three forms. This goes on to further explain energy and the three different forms, electrical, potential, and kinetic. That is answering the question for the title of this content page. What is energy? Motion is essential to energy. It can spark the change from one form to another. On most roller coasters, a machine uses electrical energy to pull cars up the first hill. That energy becomes potential energy, and then kinetic energy as the cars fly down the hill. Energy constantly changes, but it is never destroyed. So, when one form of energy becomes another, the amount of energy is always the same. Forces play a role in this transformation. I have a lot of questions about this. So what this chapter has told me is that we're talking about potential energy and kinetic energy, and they're two different kinds. But even though energy changes, it's neither created nor destroyed. It always stays the same. Guess it's time now to stop and think. What was the important part of those two pages? What you should do next is you're going to click right here on the gravitational graffiti link. It's going to take you to that separate Google Doc. You're going to make sure that you create a slide with your name on it. There are slides created for everyone, but I didn't place your name. And then I want you to think of 2 or 3 important words or phrases that you would like to place on your graffiti wall, talking about what these 2 pages were most about. Let's take a look at mine as an example. We talked a lot about energy. And when I think of energy, I think of a light bulb and the electricity that it gives off. We also talked about momentum and how going down a hill helps us build momentum to go back up. So that's why I placed momentum going down the hill. We're building momentum so that we can head up the side. These 2 icons or graphs or pictures, whatever you decide to put on, kind of summarize the first two chapters for me and remind me what these first two chapters were about. You can see I went on and added the next two chapters as well. I talked about motion and gravity. That's something to come. Click on the icon on the Gravitational Graffiti icon and get started now. Have fun!